We have two speakers today, one a faculty speaker and one a student speaker, both selected by the faculty. Our first speaker is Kristina Hill, Associate Professor of Landscape Architecture.
Thank you. Boy, you learn something every day graduating. I thought that was Michael Jackson who said that thing about you. So I am honored to have been selected, I think, by the students to do the talk. And I'm very happy to be associated with this class from all of these departments. It's a terrific group of people, very hardworking and soon to be very accomplished in other ways. I'm actually a little nervous about this talk. I talk a lot, but I'm not usually in this kind of outfit, for instance. And I usually have a PowerPoint, so I may look over my shoulder, and if that's what I'm looking for, that's not there. And I also never have notes, so I may get lost. And I'm more normally protesting against graduation speakers than actually operating as a graduation speaker. So should anyone feel the urge to heckle, that would make me feel better. So here you all are, after years of being tested and graded by tough critics. You look terrific. You look terrific in those robes. It is really a look, isn't it? I mean, the black, all the different colors, pretty fantastic. We celebrate you today as people who dream big and who are launching careers that could literally change the world. One piece or place at a time. But in the immortal words of Ellen DeGeneres, usually when you're still wearing a robe at 3 in the afternoon, it means you've given up. Parents, pay attention. The secret purpose of the outfits, of the academic regalia, is to refocus your sense of embarrassment on something harmless and external. So you can distract your inner critic, laugh at the faculty, and allow yourself to feel some other things, like self-worth, like pride in your accomplishments, gratitude to your parents and partners, and feel the poignancy of saying goodbye to close friends and mentors you've worked with literally day and night for years. I was hoping to reflect some of the students' experience in this speech, so I asked the graduating class for their answers to a question. And the question was, which of the reasons you had for choosing UVA turned out to be true? And here quickly are the top 10. Then I have something I hope to say to close, which will be a little more an idea. Okay, number 10 was, I wanted to do tequila shots with an internationally renowned professor, Elizabeth K. Meyer. And my dream came true last weekend at a going-away party for one of the visiting faculty. Number 9, I wanted to avoid looking for a job during the economic crisis and increase my chances of getting a job I really wanted. This from a person who just got the job he really wanted this past week. A faculty member in Toronto told me that UVA is a place where people study and discuss public space very seriously. At the time, I was volunteering at an asylum in Baltimore when I attended UVA's open house and suspected that I would be changing one kind of asylum for another. Both turned out to be true. Number 7, the opportunity to be with students who seemed way more interesting and fun than at other schools I visited. Number 6, the chance to pick up some Catalan, which did exist here even if I didn't take advantage of it. Number 5, Charlottesville and UVA are as beautiful a place to live and learn as I thought they would be. I think that's evident this weekend. Number 4, the opportunity to grow fangs. This from a male student who studied with women faculty here who are known internationally for their take-no-prisoners academic approach. Number 3, the ability to make an immediate impact learning skills and applying them in real projects. Number 2, the genuine sense of community in my class and with faculty, which in architectural history apparently included tea with Richard, coffee with Crane, and in landscape architecture, tequila with Beth. And number 1, finally, the close-knit group of students and faculty that continually challenge each other to raise the bar in the pursuit of excellence. So, with that, I'd like to very briefly address a longer-lasting question, I think, with which I have tortured many of you in class over the last several years. They've been waiting for the answer for a long time. And that is whether our work in the built environment can express something significant about what it means to be human in our time. Picture, they pay me to ask that question. Some of my students respond to this by asking, what does it mean to be human in our time? They seem to think that our ability to express something significant about being human depends on knowing what it means beforehand. But I don't think that's actually true. We live in a tricky time. All of us here have the privilege of excellent educations, but none of us, not one of us, has the leverage to make big changes in the major environmental and economic trends that will change our way of life over the next decades. We need to surf. We are not going to be in control. There are going to be turbulent waters in repetitive, disruptive cycles. That was the bad news. We'll need to redefine what we think of as mastery, redefine our sources of confidence. We might be wise to have different dreams than our parents and grandparents did, dreams that might help us be deeply flexible, dreams that might expand our capacity for compassion instead of measuring our success in traditional ways. To paraphrase Kipling, you will meet with triumph and disaster, and your challenge is to treat those two imposters just the same. Let me repeat that, since it's something I've experienced personally firsthand. The labels of success and failure are both imposters that will distract you from the real challenges of your career. Imagine a life in which you stop using those two words completely, success and failure. A life in which you would focus instead on continually expanding your compassion to include a larger part of the world. Animals that are becoming common or becoming extinct, people who are radically different from you. When we actively expand our compassion through our work, insights about what it means to be human come to us, sometimes in really small pieces, but they do come. And as each piece of insight arrives, I think our greatest challenge is to have the humility to change so that our actions, large and small, will remain consistent with what we now know. If you can continually expand your compassion and adjust so that you remain consistent in your actions with that new understanding, I believe your life and work will be significant, and that actually you and your careers will tell us what it means to be human in our time. Thank you.